Decide to be happy now. Look at that. Let me turn the radio off. One of them. I have a radio playing in every room. 101.3, 103.9, Katie 101.3. Yeah, they got two numbers, two stations. Okay, so decide to be happy now. What's this all about? Well, Astro wants me to explain to you that you can change your attitude at any moment. Okay, so you can wake up and be feeling one way and turn it around just by your thoughts, just by your actions. So I want you to focus on being happy. Okay, being happy. Okay, we're going to get right into St. Michael, but I do have something to share with you from Astro. Okay, so they told me to study Doctor Strange 2016. I believe that is his very first one because that's where he was a surgeon and he got into a car accident and went through his spiritual training. Okay, so if you watch that movie, I've watched it several times, but they wanted me to watch it again because they wanted me to study it. And in my studies, here is something, well, I think it was the very first thing that the Ancient One told Steve. We're not here to conquer our demons. We're here to rise above them. Now, I'm paraphrasing that. It might not be the exact words, but we're not here to get rid of our demons. We're here to rise above them, I think was how it was said. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make is that until we eradicate evil fully, we will always have to be fighting it, right? But we're here to rise above it. When you rise above something, it can't touch you. Okay? Imagine standing on a skyscraper looking down at the people walking on the ground. Okay? They can't touch you because you've rose above them. They're always still going to be there, but they can't touch you because you've risen above them. I have a song that I talk about a lot by Kid Rock called The Mirror. And it's on a lot of my playlists last year, the year before. It's a wonderful song. It makes me cry every time I hear it because to me, it's about a soulmate that can't rise above their demons to be with their twin. That's what it reminds me of. And it's just overwhelming with feelings for me. So you might want to check that song out. Okay? And remember that we want to rise above, not necessarily get rid of. And being happy now in whatever the situation is. For one, it always could be worse. And for two, I look at everything that happens to me as an assignment from God. And I am his agent. And I am one damn good one. St. Michael says, energy healing work. That's what we have to work on. Energy healing work. So if you don't know what energy healing work is, I would suggest that would be your assignment to dive into it. I would also suggest to study and watch Doctor Strange 2016 is when it came out. There's several other ones, but this is the first one where he decides that he needs to get healed. And he's a physician. Physician, heal thyself, right? Well, that's really the truth. Okay? So energy healing work, and under that is your loved ones are safe. So a lot of you, I think, whenever I get this card that says your loved ones are safe, I get this message from St. Michael that a lot of you are holding back from doing things because you think you need to protect your family. You need to protect your loved ones. You can't leave that toxic situation because you have to protect your kids, your animals, your husband. You can't leave that job because then you won't have any money. It's just one excuse after another, after another. So he's trying to tell you that we need to focus on ourselves and that everybody has their own assignment and everybody needs to be let go, especially now. If I was talking to you 20 years ago, I would say you have to put your sobriety first because anything you put before your sobriety, you will lose. Like I said yesterday, I think on the video. But today, I am telling you, you have to come first. It's your assignment. It's your soul. Okay? You holding on to your family or your job or your kids, this is so ridiculous. It's so matrix thinking. Just like when I said Mother's Day, I said it's a pagan holiday, it's an evil holiday. How many mothers don't get any phone calls, right? My daughter never called me. And here we were just talking. She was on the videos, I would say back in November, full time. She was trying to leave a toxic situation, and I think she fell back into it. But that's not the point. The point is, you can take 2 seconds to do a text these days, right? Now, I'm just sharing this with you because I want to show you that even when you think somebody loves you, always remember that their actions speak louder than words. And then Steve from Love Tarot, he was talking about how it's not what you say, it's how you say it, right? So I think I would have rather had her not call than call with phony bullshit, right? So, I've never gotten a happy Mother's Day ever. Maybe one time, but I can't even say that that was correct. So I'm just showing you that for an example of it's probably the best thing when God takes these people out of our life. She's probably not what she says she is. Proof is in the pudding. Actions speak louder than words. Okay? So this is all really important stuff that I'm telling you. It's okay to disconnect. I remember being in AA and I got sober in October, so all the holidays were coming up, and I was in a recovery house, and we spent all the holidays in the recovery center and at the AA club, and I learned to disconnect from all my toxic family and friends. And so every holiday we would spend doing potlucks, etc., at the club. And even this last potluck, where I believe my husband supposedly got his COVID from, was on Thanksgiving of 2021, and he was dead on Christmas night. So I'm not going to get into my controversy about all of that, but that was just facts that happened. Went to the potluck on Thanksgiving, got the COVID, gone on Christmas. So you see how holidays are just so paganistic. They're just so to bring you into a depression. How many people do you know that I'm talking about? Okay, so carrying on with that, where I'm going with that is we have to rise above all this. Quit doing what you always did. Quit it, okay? Start new, start energy work, start new, get that regression. Focus upon divine and perfect health. So again, it's right back to energy healing work with St. Michael. He's saying disconnect from your loved ones because they have their own assignment, and focus on you. Focus on perfect and divine health, perfect and divine energy healing work, okay? So that whole message there from St. Michael is pretty obvious, okay? It's pretty obvious. Now, I picked 3 decks and I've already shuffled and I'm looking at the bottom of the cards, okay? The first one is from Tasha's Divine Guidance, and it's somebody's fake and wearing a mask, and they're stuck in 3D and they're stuck in their ego. What a cool picture, huh? All right, well, only you know who that is. Is that you? Is that a family member that I'm talking about? Who is it? Okay? Because they're wearing a mask. They're not really who they say they are. And why that's so important is because you're going to have some documents to sign, and you better read them really carefully. So that could be a business offer coming in. It could be a new job. It could be, you could be getting divorce papers. You could be maybe thinking you want to marry someone. I don't know what kind of documents, but it says read carefully before signing. And before that was the 3D mask. Somebody or some situation is not what it's saying it is. And then you know what the third card is? Watch for red flags. Use your intuition, your vision, and your dreams, okay? Because karma's in place, okay? Why is karma in place? Because somebody is still trying to get you not to rise above. Somebody's still messing with you, right? And it's probably about a move. Okay, it says a physical relocation. So that could be a house that you might be signing for. It could be a job, some kind of move. It could be just a move in your head, like I said, about a marriage or a divorce. Okay, but that's what it's about. It's about a relocation they don't want you to have. Okay, or it's about a relocation that is false, because the boss, the agents, whoever's involved in them documents are fake and wearing a mask. So again, it's 2 different ways there. One is that they don't want you to get this good thing, so they're giving you all kinds of trouble in your way. But I'm feeling more that it is the thing, okay? The thing that you're supposed to have spiritual intuition. Watch for red flags. They're wearing a mask and it's a 3D thing. And it has to do with easing God out, your ego. So read your documents very carefully. Now, victory will be yours if you do this, and redirect your thoughts to positive thinking. And you do that by praying more and manifesting the life that you desire. So all of them were on the bottom of Tasha's Divine Guidance. Now let's go ahead and check out the top part of it. It says, there's your castle. Now this is a really pretty picture of a castle. Abundance, financial stability, and blessings. Look at that castle. My castle awaits. I'm manifesting it. Okay, so the top of the deck is saying these two both wanted to come out. In the near future, you're going to get fired. Okay, now I'm sure you don't want to hear that, but what that's telling me is that that's where I went back to those documents, read the documents. Somebody's trying to prevent your relocation to your financial stable project that you want, right? Well, in the future, you're going to lose a job, quit a job. Something's going to change drastically in the future. That's okay. Let it happen. Why do I say let it happen? Because it's karmic. It's supposed to happen. Okay? There's also a third party involved, and I told you that. I said I felt somebody trying to sabotage your path. Just like if you were going down the highway and somebody knew you were going to take a left on this road. Left is that way. I went that way, right? Someone knows you're going to take a left on this road, so they put all kinds of nails and glass on the road so that you get a flat tire. That's the kind of energy that's going on. And it's karmic. It's because they're karmic and they're just trying to mess with you. They're probably a Libra, a Gemini, Aquarius, air sign. If you go by signs, I do not. Okay, then we have, they're also doing a lot of social media stalking and trolling you. So that's how they know. Just like me, they'll watch me, they'll know where I'm at, they'll know what I'm doing, they'll know if I'm happy or not. They'll know everything about me because they stalk me on here. That's why people don't do these, because it's like, this is like wearing your heart on your sleeve, right? It's like, you know where I live, you know my phone number, you know how to Zelle me, you know how to watch me. You know, you can just sit here and watch me every day and you'll know more than my neighbor knows about me. Okay? That's the kind of energy that's going on. It's a big time. Somebody's watching your ass big time. So what does that mean? It just means that they know that you're going to take that left and they're going to put all kinds of glass in your way, all kinds of nails in your way, and you need to go to the tire shop and get your tire fixed. Or you can intuitively know these things and take a different route. Or you can still just be happy, get the tire fixed, and move forward. I'm the type of person that I'll tell you straight out, I'm going to take a left on Hamilton Street, and you know what? Whatever happens, happens. If I get a flat tire because you put glass on my road, I just go to the tire shop and take it as divine intervention because there may have been something worse up front if I would have went down that road. And I just turn everything around to good. Romans chapter 8. Okay? And that's the Three of Wands. That's the Three of Wands that's next. I just keep moving forward and I don't worry about it. I take everything as God is right next to me. God is leading me down the path. God is my boss. I am his agent. Saint Michael. You want to mess with Saint Michael? Then you go ahead. But he's my guide. Okay? I do not get into the Nine of Swords. I live in the solution to everything. So I find out it was you that put the glass on that road. Oh, well, I just pray for you. I'm like this girl here on the Ten of Wands. I just keep traveling down the road. I get the tire fixed and I just keep traveling. You don't have power over me. Okay? The moon. I know how to get through the illusions. Last night on Ishmael Perez, he mentioned my name and he mentioned my comment. And my comment was that the moon is a space station. He called it a spaceship. Doesn't matter. So if you want some proof of what I talk about on this station about how I don't do astrology because the moon is just one big space station, because I know I go there. Well, he just backed it up last night. If you need more proof, the moon is an illusion. That's why I don't get into the astrology and all that stuff. David, if you're listening, David had asked me why I don't get into astrology. Well, shout out to David. I hope you're still listening. Um, yeah, it's just all this stuff is lies. And I'm not here to explain, okay? But I just want you to know that the moon is an illusion. It's all just crap. The angels got this, the temperance card, and the wheel of fortune. So things are changing. You're finding out lots of truths just like that. How many people didn't know that? I remember when I used to do astrology in my early 20s, and in all my lives, but in this life, my early 20s, my mom would buy me Cosmopolitan magazine, and there's a horoscope in there that I loved. That was my favorite. It seemed to be right on. And I used to buy astrology books and dream books and all kinds of stuff. And then I slowly keep awakening. I keep rising above. I keep going deeper. I keep finding out more truth. The wheel keeps on turning because the angels keep helping me. I don't stop the attitude of God's got this. My angels are protecting me. I don't ever stop going for my 10 of Pentacles. Now I'm just pulling the cards from the bottom of the decks, and this might be a longer reading, but sometimes I feel like doing longer readings. So if you need to shut this off because it's normally just 20 minutes and it's already 22:32 on the clock, then go ahead and stop it and come back later, because I'm going towards my 10 of Pentacles. Now, the Six of Cups coming up next is just saying to use the puppy into a dog. You were once a child, just like I mentioned about in my 20s. I did astrology and today I don't. Okay, why is that? Well, once I was a puppy and now I'm a great big dog, and I learned from my past. I learned from my past. I have balance, Two of Pentacles, and I'm moving forward, manifesting to my Three of Pentacles, and I have become the Empress. I have become the Empress. I'm all four queens, and I want to go to goddess state like I used to be, and I am in other dimensions. So I am waiting for my twin or my mission partner. The Lover's card is next. But there are challenges. We have the challenge card on the other deck and the Five of Wands here. So there's challenges. What are the challenges? The challenges are the great big tower that's happening in everybody's life. Everybody's getting a tower. They have so many options. What should I do? Seven of Cups. Which one should I pick? Which one should I pick? I'd really like the Queen of Pentacles. Good, because that's the choice you should pick. You should pick the one that has the equal give and take, that has the stability. The Empress that has the Queen of Pentacles dominant, right? The Queen of Cups is love, the Queen of Swords is truth, and the Queen of Wands is creativity. Queen of Pentacles took all of that and made her own empire, and now she's ready for equal give and take with the Sun card, the favorable outcome. And look at what's next. Can't make this up. Yep, there's Mr. King of Pentacles. And you know how we know this is true? She's got her own empire. He's got his. They're going to connect because the Sun card and the Ace of Swords, St. Michael's, Sword of Truth. It's a fact. And guess what? 8 of Wands. It's coming in fast. Why? Because the 5 of Pentacles, you see that picture? That's over. There's no more crying. It's my party and I'll cry if I want to. You've decided that it's your party and I ain't crying no more. I ain't crying no more. I'm going to celebrate. 6 of Wands. I'm healed. 4 of Swords. And I want real love. King of Cups. I'm going to take these pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and put them into action, right? Page of Wands. I'm going to put these pentacles into action with my Page of Wands and Page of Pentacles. Can't make this up, you guys. 9 of Pentacles. There it is with the Knight of Pentacles. Everything I just said. Okay, so that's going to get us to a transition and a 10 of Cups. And the only thing they want you to do is stay kind and move on to that new beginning. That transformation that's going on, make sure that if you don't have serenity and peace, let it behind. And you are going towards your new home. And the part I want to talk about with this new home, I told you a lot of us are first wavers and we're going to be gone. We're going to be 5D and higher. Some of us are going to stay here in 4D. Some of us are going to be in all dimensions at all times like we are now, but we're going to be mostly helping people in 4D. So who knows where the new home is? But until that happens, remember what the video said. If you're relocating, check out them documents. Check out that false person wearing that false mask. You may not want to go anywhere at the moment. You may want to wait a few months. Okay, so real quickly, we have curiosity about this toxic person. Curiosity. You're curious because you have this toxic situation and you might not be able to put your finger on it, but you're healed enough. You have enough patience to start the new beginning. The new beginning is change, and it has to deal with self-expression of your past, of your cleanse. So when you move forward, if it doesn't benefit what I said in the beginning about the energy healing, if it doesn't benefit you and it's toxic, then you leave it behind. If it doesn't give you serenity, then you leave it behind, because this is all about self-expression. This is about your vision, and this is about your romance, and this is about your money, your abundance. So use your wisdom. I'm drawn to the owl. Use your wisdom and make sure you're having fun. So that just loops right back around to decide to be happy now. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and leave it there. Have a fun time. Decide to be happy now. There was a lot in here. You may want to watch it more than once. All right, you guys, I am Miss Mystic. Thank you for listening.